Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Crochet the Beginning. My name is Heather. Yes, we have new nails. Uh, um, so this week, instead of actually going through a stitch or something, I found out that Knitter's Pride or Knit Pro company has created a new interchangeable crochet hook. And I experience things, I experiment, I try things. And so I got uh, 2 handles and 5 hooks to try and see how I like them. Because I don't know about you, as much as I love carrying around and having all my crochet hooks, I would like to, condense those down to kind of like what I do with my knitting needles. Um, I have those set up to where everything is in one place, and I just have to go pull out my uh, needle tips that I need and the length of the cord I need. It makes it easier for me. So when I saw these earlier this year, Handsome Fibers, which is where I usually buy most of my needles from, um, I believe they're located in Portland, Oregon. Because my local yarn and store doesn't carry that much, so I usually always have to go and find mine on the internet. But so I sent them a message asking, are you guys going to get these? Because I got an email from Knitter's Pride saying, oh, look, we've got these coming. Wee. Um, sorry, it's been a week. So, and they're like, yes, we don't have them yet, but we are going to get them. So I went ahead and waited for them, although I could have found them on Amazon, but if I can find things for the same price off of Amazon, I'm more than happy to do that. Amazon is good for what it is, but if I can find it for the same price or cheaper outside of Amazon, I will. Hence, a lot of my online yarn things and craft things either go through Knit Picks, Handsome Fibers, Eat Sleep Knit, Webs, things like that. Other than of course, my local yarn shop here in my town. But I got them. So why don't we jump into it and we'll go through what I consider the pros and the cons of these. And I do want to make this crystal clear. I purchased these out of my own money. I am getting nothing from Knitter's Pride. I don't do that. If I want to review something for you, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be because I purchased it thinking that it is something that I want, and then maybe you guys might like it. But once again, I am not getting anything from Handsome Fibers, anything. All I got was what I paid for out of my own money. Okay, I don't want you all thinking that this is a paid promotion or anything. It's not. I don't have any of that. I don't have that following or anything like that. I don't really want it. The only way that I would do something like that to where I got paid to do something or got a product given to me is basically if I can say exactly what I think of the product, whether I like it, love it, hate it. That's the only way I would do it. Because I am not going to sit here and advise you guys to get something that is not worth the money. My own money is too bloody difficult, I guess you might say, to come across. I work for my money. I expect to get my product for the money. So let's dive in and give me just a second. Let me flip the computers the cameras, sorry, the cameras, and we'll delve into the hooks, okay? Give me just one. Okay, so I don't, since I'm not showing any major stitches or anything, I figure we can just go with my normal computer pad. Okay, now, yes, I do know what that says. No, I do not smoke it. I have friends who have a medical license, and they give me the containers. Okay. I mean, I've got containers like this. I've got containers like this, and they're nice. They're glass. All you got to do is wash them out, and it'll get rid of the smell. They have a medical license for it. I don't smoke this. I don't do this, but this is a perfect little container. So these are the handles, and they're by Knit Pro. They're just basic screw in. I got the onyx, which is this one, and I got the redwood one. I will post a link in the comments down below of Handsome Fibers, which is where I got mine from. But I also got, these are the hooks. They're kind of like a Susan Bates hook. Oh, let's try to get you in there. Susan Bates hook with the inline hook grab, and they just screw in just like you would normally. So just screw them in. Each handle, each handle comes with this little silicone mat that will help you hold the hook to screw it in tight. So I got the hook size of 4.5 millimeter or a 7. This is, when I do my own designing, this is the size that I use the most. I also got a 5 millimeter H, which is what I'm using right now on a project with this one. I got a 2.5 millimeter. I'm working on a pony bead blanket, a weighted pony bead blanket for one of my friends, and 2.5 millimeter is the width of the inside of a pony bead. So that's why I got that one. And then I also got a 6 millimeter J, because I'm looking at doing some bulky crochets. Usually I can't handle bulky weight yarn because it hurts my hands, but I really want a big thick cardigan, and so I got a J for that. And then I got a 3 millimeter, which is going with the crochet along that I'm doing called the Overstory. It's a lace shawl that you crochet. And I kind of got a little sidetracked off of doing that because I've got to get 2 baby blankets done. So that's kind of been put on a little bit of the sidelines. So these are the hooks. You can order a set, which comes with just about every size imaginable. I don't need a set because honestly, I go back and use the same exact sizes pretty much nonstop. There will probably be a couple more sizes that I will get if I decide to keep it. I'm not 100% sure. So the pros, in my opinion, on this is, yes, you have the ease of, if you have a pattern that is calling for 2 different sizes of hooks, you have the pro of all you have to basically do is, these all have to go in a certain way, otherwise the lid doesn't close. Of just having to carry this for your hook. That's it. And your whole set's in there. Whereas if you are doing, oh, a Hershey bar, doing multiple size of hooks, you've got to carry the whole entire hook. Okay. So you have the pros of it's a lot easier to carry this than this. I will grant that, much easier. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, furls like this one are a pain to carry around anyway. They tend to be a little fragile sometimes. But even, I mean, this one, this is a G hook, this is an H hook, and this is a K hook. So if my project used all three of these, I've got to carry all that in my crochet bag. And I know you're saying, no big deal, no biggie. But compare that to just carrying this. Maybe not this particular one because this is a marijuana container. I can see what's going to happen when I go through TSA and I have it in this. They're going to pull it out and go, excuse me, I'm going to be like, open it up. Crochet hooks are not marijuana, but you know, I'll probably change it before I go on vacation. So for right now, we'll just cover it up like that. But this is going to be a lot easier to carry than all your hooks. Okay. I'll grant that. Or maybe you're away from home and you're getting ready to start a okay, I don't know why my headphones just completely stopped right there. Uh, hopefully all this is being recorded. I'll have to see when I get done here. But say you are starting a new project, but you're not exactly sure what hook you need. Wouldn't it be easier to carry a set like this if you weren't at home to be able to start this new project and you could have all the different hooks that you might need? I'm thinking of reasons. Okay. I'm justifying the purchase for me. This was a present from JR. He bought them for me. Yes, I have a good man. So those are, I mean, the hooks are really, really nice. They do not catch. They are metal. Okay, which is the big thing for me. I do not really like plastic or acrylic hooks like the furls. The only reason I really like the furls is because of the handle of the grip. The bulb right here is ergonomic for me, and it makes it easier on my hand when I am doing a long time crocheting. Okay. You can get some that are like this, and if I remember correctly, this is polymer clay that somebody has wrapped around a crochet hook, and then you can get it like this. That makes that hand gripping of the handle there a little not so small. I also tend to just use these kind. And I believe this is a Joann's Clover, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. This is one of my older hooks. But I think it's a Joann's hook. So I do like the way this one is on the handle. I do wish it was a little bit longer, because if you look at these and compared them side to side, you see this one is shorter than this one. I got a big hand. So for me, in order to use this one comfortably, it's kind of like this. because I crochet in a nice style. I'm holding it like this, whereas this one, when I'm holding it, I can still rest it down here, which makes it a little more comfortable. But that's a personal thing, and I've done some pretty long stitching time with this one, and it really hasn't hurt my hand. I think because it gets wider down here at the bottom, makes it a little more comfortable sitting in my hand. Um, so if you have large hands, just fair warning, um, they may not, it's going to feel weird. It felt weird for me for about the first 30 minutes of crocheting with it. But once I got used to the fact that it was a shorter handle, I had no problems. And now I know there are some people who crochet like this. I personally can't get the hang of that. I mean, even when I knit, I knit like this. You know, I don't knit any other way. So now, so is it worth purchasing? For me, yes. I did enjoy this. They are nice. Are they going to replace my other hooks? I doubt it. Um, but are these going to be the hooks that I will take with me on vacations and when I'm out and away from home? Probably. Just because of the ease that I can take them all with me. Now, I will say one thing. I have done the majority of this baby blanket right here. Ooh, of this baby blanket in these. And I don't notice any big major problem with it. The only issue that I have found with them is, and it could just be with the way that I crochet, is as I do this, this will get loose and it will come unscrewed. I have never had it come apart, but it's only gone like a quarter of a turn loose. So it's been nothing major, and it's probably just the fact that I have a very tight tension. But honestly, that and the length is honestly the only downside that I have to these. If this handle down here could be just a little bit longer, maybe like a half inch longer, I would personally enjoy it a little bit more. But is that going to stop me from using it? No. The hook grabs the yarn quite nicely. It reminds me a lot of a Susan Bates hook. This is a broy hook. This one right here is a broy hook, and you see how it's got that rounded and short little hook right there. This one is also based off of a broy. It also has that small little hook, whereas this one has that deep, I don't know if you can see it. It has that deep hook. So the yarn will sit up in there more. I don't know if that shows it a little bit better. The yarn sits up in there just a little bit more than it does with a broy hook. But I like Susan Bates styles of hook. I think they're called the inline hook. Inline hook, I believe, is what they are actually called. Their definition is. So I guess what I am saying is, should you buy these? In my opinion, if you're just starting out with crocheting and you're not 100% sure that this is what you really like, no. For the handles were $11 a piece, I believe, and each hook was, I think, between 5 and 8. All in all, the 5 hooks and the 2 handles came to a total of $38. If I wanted to add $20 onto it, I could have bought the whole set. And that would have given me and the whole they come in 2 different sets. Okay. You have your smaller set and you have your bigger set. Um, the starter interchangeable set, which is the smaller set, it comes with hooks B, which is a 2 millimeter, a H, which is a 5 millimeter. Oh, I'm sorry. It goes from a 2 millimeter to a 5 millimeter. So that comes with 7 hooks. Okay. Well, I don't use all 7 of those hooks. And so wasn't interested. So it goes from a 2 millimeter all the way up to a 5 millimeter. Basically, it goes from a B to an H. Okay. Well, the chunky, which is for those of you who'd like to play with the bigger, chunkier yarn, they go from, I believe it's, give me just a second. It goes from an I, which is a 5.5 millimeter, all the way up to an N, which is a 7 millimeter. Okay. So for me, if I was going to buy the whole set, which if you buy the set, it comes with a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, a tape measure, 1 handle, and 7 of the hooks. And it does come in a very nice, looks like a hard, kind of suede covered box. Okay, each one comes in one of those. But my problem was I don't like ordering sets of things when I'm not going to use every size. Even my interchangeables, I create my own sets. I don't buy a pre-made set. I did that once. I'm not doing it again because I don't use all of the needles. Hooks are the same way with me. I mostly use G through J. Okay. Those are the ones I mostly use because I normally do not make lace crochet shawls. The one I'm making was let's try this. And I don't do a lot with super bulky weight yarn because a lot of times that hurts and I can't do it for long. So I don't usually get the bigger sizes of hooks or needles because I don't do anything in that. I mostly I use fingering weight mostly for my knitting, and in crochet I do a lot of sport and worsted. Those are the size yarns that I use the most of. But one more time, my pros is yes, I like the fact that they are interchangeable. It makes it easier for me. I can just throw this whole package in my bag, in my project bag, and I have all the needles I could ever need for my project that I'm doing, especially if I don't know the exact size that I want to use. Okay. A lot of times if I'm doing a crochet project, I have no problem with starting that project on the road because I don't have to count that many stitches. I just have to count the number of chains or whatever I'm doing. That's fairly easy. It's got more movement and project to cast on a knitting project. Okay. So for me, yes, this was worth the price. I am probably going to wind up getting a few more hooks to go with mine. Now, am I going to be getting any more handles? I doubt it because I can't see why I would need more than 2. Even if I do have 1,000,001 works in progresses. I don't need that many. Do I recommend this? As I said, if you are starting out and you don't know for sure that this is what you want, no, don't do it. It's going to be an expensive purchase. Buy your clovers, buy your cheap ones. I don't even recommend the furls for beginners. This hook right here was about $30 to $40. I don't recommend it just because of the cost until you know you like doing it. If it's something that you are doing and you enjoy doing it and or you have been doing it for a while, give it a try. See, you might like them. I would only get one handle and one hook in the size that you use the most. Try that and then build upon your collection of them. Okay? So, to read a day, to go over one more time, I do like these. I am not upset over the fact that I bought them. I keep forgetting why I'm covering that lid. I don't regret the fact I bought them. I will use them. I will continue to use them. I do wish my handles were, I wish this part of the hooks were about a ½ inch longer, but it's not going to stop me from using them. The only other disadvantage that I have found on these is that as I use them, they do untwist about a half a turn. But again, that could also be because I crochet very, very tight. And so I'm the one doing it. It could be not the hook. The pros is I like the fact that it is interchangeable. These is going to be a lot easier to carry around like this than carrying around a big hook. Okay. Is this a necessity? No. I can carry these around pretty much just as easy. This is just a little more compact. That's it. So that is my review. Take it as you will. I will post a link below to Handsome Fiber, which is where I bought mine. I know you can find these on Amazon. Check your local yarn store first. If you can, always shop with your local yarn store. Okay? Support those small businesses. But I will post a link down below where I will post a link down below where I got mine from. Okay. So have a wonderful week, and I will try and see you next week when we will go through another type of crochet stitch. Happy crocheting, everybody.